based off of my friend that I kind of gave the coloring freckles of. My friend, bye friend, who we took a road trip. We took a road trip to see the eclipse. Hi, Mystic Knight, and welcome to the DemonSugar Show. I was just talking about the time I went to go see a total solar eclipse. I decided to do it the day before, and I was like running out of time, and I just posted on Facebook if anyone wanted to go see the eclipse and was free. And this girl I know, I'm a photographer. I'm like not photographing right now in the pandemic, but and so anyway, this chick, it was me and another photographer and our friend who was a dancer, and so it's like a dancer and two photographers, and she was like a model and stuff. And I said we could take my four-door hatchback Ford Focus, named Willie, and he was silver, and I was like willing to drive it, but he didn't have AC. But I had been driving around it without AC forever. And she also didn't have AC, but she had a red Mustang that was a convertible. And she said we could take her car. And I was like, dope, okay, cool. I mean, let's put the top down. And then we drove like really fast, like maybe like 10 to 12 hours. And we got there like right on time, like it was like right time for the sun to, what we wanted to see was the total solar eclipse. So you know, when you look up at the sky and you see the solar eclipse, you can see like parts of it from like a large area, but only there's a path of totality. There's like a certain path where you'll get the total solar eclipse. So where we were, we could have seen like a partial solar eclipse, which we'd seen before. So we were like, we want to see the total one. And so we drove because we didn't know when would be the chance to see one again. And I thought it would be cool. I was a little worried it'd be boring, but I thought like the eclipse itself, we had fun. Like we were like gabbing and like listening to the radio and like driving with the convertible, top down, red, driving real fast. Yeah, bitches. 3 bad bitches. Convertible driving. Hi, you're back, got your coffee. I'm talking about a story of me and my friends, who I really didn't know that well. That was our first time hanging out. But we were 3 bad bitches driving to see the total solar eclipse. So we hadn't really hung out before, but they were like down, and like that's what I'm about in a person, someone who's just down. So we left, and when we got there, we put on our bikinis, and we laid out, we like put out some towels, and we like laid out in like this park to look up at the solar eclipse. Oh my god, and we didn't even buy glasses. We like got them from some like sketchy scalper guy, I don't know, with some on a street corner once we got there, because we didn't even like plan it, like, you know what I mean, like, because we didn't even know if we'd make it there, and then we got there and we were like, oh, I guess you need glasses, and so we bought them. And then I hardly wanted to look at the eclipse because I was like, what if these are like bunk? But they seemed legit. I was paranoid for like a month afterwards that I was blinded, but I wasn't. Turns out I wasn't. Yay. And so, but like there was like a bunch of people like in their Sunday best. I mean, we weren't from there. We just like picked a spot. And then there was us like 3 bad bitches laying out in our bikinis with sunglasses on, like taking pictures of each other and like frolicking and like, woo. And a throuple we knew caravanned sort of with us, but then one of my friends didn't want to hang out with them because they were a throuple that wanted to like do shibari and stuff. And so anyway, we're kind of like awkwardly half hanging out like with 2 different groups. And then because then she was all like, you know, I didn't say they could like come hang out with us in another state. And but I wasn't gonna like not ignore them, because they were we were in like another state, and like you party with us all the time. Like these were people we partied with frequently. I'm so glad you like it, Sour Blue Kush. Oh, I love that you picked the name. It's a great name. And oh my god, it was just so wild. When it finally happened, I was like relaxing. I was like laying down. Hexcoper. I was laying down, and I kid you not, it was like the sky went dark. Like when it became a total solar eclipse. Have any of you guys seen a total solar eclipse? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the chat if you have seen a total solar eclipse. Oh, thank you for subscribing. Yeah. Okay, well, it's so weird. You owe it to yourself to see one. It's just so amazing. But I thought it would, and I've seen like lunar eclipses. You'll have to Google it. Well, Shibari is a Japanese rope bond, but anyway, moving on. It, like, the animals, like, acted like it was night. Like, the birds and the bugs acted like it was night all of a sudden. And it was. Like, and I was playing with my camera so I could see all these settings in my camera. And, like, how dark it got. It got so dark. And I was, like, looking at, like, the sun being black. And, like, I don't know. It just scared me so bad. I had a panic attack. I laid there in the field and I'm like, wow. I drove like 12 hours to see this stupid like sky celestial event. And I was like tearing the grass out of the ground. Like I was like white knuckling the grass. Like I was like, definitely felt like I was like on the rock spinning like in space. I was all like, I mean, I didn't like freak out. I just like laid there, but my friend noticed and she was like, it's okay. She was like, relax. You know, we're witches, and like she was really comforting to me. And I was like, thanks. She's like, it's cool, you're cool. And then as soon as it started, it was just over. And then it was like daytime again. It was the middle of the afternoon again. And it definitely like wigged me out, like, yeah, like my circadian rhythm, man. Yeah. Seeing a total solar eclipse was pretty nifty. And then we went to a city. Oh, and then we went to a strip club. We went to a restaurant, and two of us were vegan, and the chick, so she wanted to meet up with this guy she knew that was in that state, so that was in that city. So, and he told us to come to this restaurant, and there was like taxidermy shit everywhere, and like 2 out of 3 of these road tripping bad bitches were vegan. It's like, come on. And it was like all burgers and shit. It was really gross. And I looked at the menu and there was nothing vegan I could eat. And I was like, I'm not going to order. I asked the lady what they had the vegan, and she's like, well, you could have like the side salad. And I was like, what like sauces do you have? But like syrups? Dressings. That's the word, dressings. Oh my god. That was probably from the time I slipped and fell on a pool deck. I don't know. Dressings. You know, salad syrup. And she was like, oil and vinegar. And I wasn't gonna pay money. And then I asked what was in the salad, and it was like lettuce, tomato, and onion. And I was like, with like oil and vinegar. And I was like, no, that is not food. And then my one friend acted like I was being a total bitch about it. She was like, just get the salad. I'm getting the salad. You're just being high maintenance. You're being whiny. You're being bitchy. And I was like, no, I'm not buying the salad. I'm not being bitchy. I just don't want it. I'm not complaining. I'm not gonna be a bitch during dinner. I'm just not gonna buy it. Like, I would, like, if I have to buy it, I will be a bitch when I get it and I don't enjoy it. So, like, I'd be best if I just sit here. And I don't drink, and I watch them do pickle shots or whatever. And so I'm sober. So I did almost all of the driving, which is fine. She let me drive her Mustang, and that was tight. And I was, like, flooring it. Oh, my God, on the interstate between states. I was flooring it. I was going so fast, man. I was easily going 100. And I was like, shh. And we didn't sleep at all. We all, like, voted to go in a hotel, but my one friend's like, no. It's my car. And oh my god, we got pulled over by the cops. And we were just like, oh my god, we're just naive little bitches. And they let us go. And So whatever. So we're at the restaurant, and she orders a salad. Oh, dude, it was the most disgusting thing ever. It was like lettuce for the burgers with like chopped onions, like a shit ton, and diced tomatoes. Dude, and like a little thing of like oil and vinegar, and I just like watched her eat that shit, and she was like, I was like, yeah, man. So anyway, at least that guy was good for one thing. He took us to the strip club, and we went to a really big fancy strip club, and he got us all in the door, and he gave us each $20 to make it rain, which, I mean, it's not a lot, but like, he gave us like money to tip and stuff, and I didn't drink. I had a soda. Oh, I get a Diet Roy Rogers Diet Coke with cherries and grenadine. Anyway, so I'm drinking my fucking sugar caffeine beverage, and we're like watching them dance, and we're like throwing ones, and she totally goes and fucks the dude in the bathroom, and then pocketed the money. Oh my god, she didn't throw any of the 21s that he gave. And we're like, that's just like bad luck. But whatever, we didn't really know each other, so I mean, we got to know each other like really fast. That's kind of fun, right? It was like friendship on like intense mode, like friendship on hard mode. It's like, hi, I know we've never hung out before, but we've been friends on Facebook for a few years, and like I've seen you at the club, we know who each other are. Like, would you like to intentionally hang out? You and me, we'll drive cross country, you know, we'll cross state lines, we'll go see a total solar eclipse, and whatever happens, happens. And they're like down, and oh my god, she was so bitchy after the strip club though. Oh my god, yeah, I totally forgot. We got into a fight, and she was like yelling at my other friend, and like, stop yelling at me. And I never sat in the back seat because I did once. Driving back when it was like so sunny, the thing was down, and we were stuck in traffic because so many people had driven to see the eclipse. So many people had driven to see the eclipse that everywhere that was in the path of totality was just packed with cars. And so we were at a dead stop in traffic, so we didn't have the wind blowing, and the sun was just baking us, and I had a pillow, and I just like was like asleep like this in the pillow. And they like asked like, oh my god, is she dead? Should we check on her? And I just like heard them, so I was like, and they're like, oh no, she's okay. I was like in the back, like sweat dripping down me, like I'm like baking, getting sunburned, like we're wearing sunscreen, but like I still got a little bit of a burn. I did get a nice tan though, and just like, oh my god, the sun baking. And we asked to see these cool train cars that had graffiti on it, and she was like, no, I don't want to stop to see the train car graffiti. And I was napping, so I didn't notice. Had I been driving, I would have been like, no, we're stopping to see the train car graffiti. But she didn't want to see the train car graffiti. God knows why. Did we go to 2 strip clubs? We went to 2 different strip clubs. So that was fun. Oh, man. And then at one point, we were at a gas station, and my friend's like, pull over, because I'm getting out of the car. Fuck you, I need a minute. And so I pulled over. I pulled over because they were screaming at each other. And then one got out to take a breather, and I just kind of wanted to sit in the car because I was overwhelmed. But then I got out. I got out to go get coconut water, because at the time I was really into drinking coconut water. I still like coconut water. I ran into a girl at a Kava lounge once who was like, oh, you're that girl that drinks coconut water all the time. And I was like, she knew me from somewhere else, but she was like, oh, I remember you. You like drank a bunch of coconut water. And like, I mean, I could be known for worse things, but nowadays I'm known for drinking sparkling water. But I like coconut water too. So I go in to get a coconut water, and I figure I'll get one for each of them to make them calm down. Which is funny, because not everyone likes coconut water, but in my mind, I was like, the best thing is coconut water. If I just get 3 coconut waters and like maybe like some chaps, some chips, we can sort this out. And as I'm inside paying, my friend peels out with her car, and I see the other one just standing in the gas station, like barefoot, and like saying like, oh my god, I have asthma, and like my inhaler's in the car. And I was like, she didn't really leave us. She came back. I was like, she's gonna come back. There's no way this bitch will leave us. But honestly, I was so upset. I'm like, man, how much is an Uber? How much is an Uber? Maybe we can split an Uber back home. But yeah, she made like she was gonna leave us. She didn't come back for like 10 minutes. Then she came back and we just like all agreed. Oh my god, actually, a third party, like a dude who was getting gas, like kind of like intervened and was like, yo, just like don't talk to each other. And we all agreed like we're just not gonna fucking talk to each other. So I was like, we just gotta get home, okay? We just gotta get home. We're all tired, we're all cranky, we're all bad bitches, we're all alpha females. And that's I think the problem is that we were all alphas, and that's really hard. And that's so me. I only hang out with alpha girls, and then we all fight. But alpha girls usually only want to hang out with alpha girls. Like, if you're like not an alpha girl, like what alpha girl wants to hang out with non-alpha girls? Like, you're not alpha then. If, like, you need someone lesser than you, like, you're too intimidated to hang with the alphas. Anyway, but yeah, so that was pretty wild. I mean, we all had, like, our phones and shit, but man, it was, like, a really rural gas station. There was nothing. Like, we were, like, on the interstate, like, trying to get home, and, like, I pulled over to the nearest gas station, and there was just nothing. So had she left us, that would have been a real bitch, but I was like, we're just gonna shut the fuck up and get home. We're gonna shut the fuck up and get home, and I'm driving so fast. And then they kind of start trying to, like, talk to me. It starts, like, cooling down. And then eventually they both fall asleep. And then I really booked it. When they were asleep, when she was not looking, I floored that Mustang. And I was like, hyperspeed, go! I was like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get home. I gotta get back to my state. Gotta get away from these bitches. I'm gonna die. But we took a lot of pictures and we posted about it on Facebook. And yeah, everyone who knew us thought we had this like really cool hot time. They're like, wow, they had that like hot girl trip. Hot girls are so hard to be around. So I appreciate all of you. You like that story?